and welcome to another edition of ClapperCorns. I'm Nick Dorian, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about the latest local release, Ada Hantu 2. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ada Hantu 2 is of course the sequel to Ada Hantu, which came out last year, and basically follows a group of friends on sort of a ghost hunting expedition to boost up one of their friends' YouTube videos because he's a content creator. Essentially, that's the story. That was the story in the first one, and in the second one, they returned back to this house to essentially film yet another video because his YouTube videos and hits have been quite low. But essentially, that's the story of Ada Hantu 1 and also Ada Hantu 2. For those of you that follow my antics over at Geeks in Malaysia or at Goggler would understand that I haven't been the biggest advocate for local horror films especially. Sure, we've gotten a few that have been quite outstanding, ones like Two Sisters by James Lee and Dendam Pontianak by Gavin Yap. Those are good examples of local horror films, but some of them just fall past the wayline and isn't that great. Ada Hantu 2, I went in expecting, something really terrible because I saw the trailer and was like, oh, okay, this is just another standard local horror film. But I was so pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed Ada Hantu 2 so much more than I expected to. This was one of the better local horror films. Actually, I wouldn't even call it a local horror film. I would say it's a local horror / comedy, and it really has a different take on what our local horror genre is. What I love about this film is how well executed it is. Just like the first film, there's a twist, but the way that they've managed to execute that twist is honestly something that I have rarely seen in a local film. The script is well written, the film is extremely self-aware of what it is, and also it makes light of the horror genre in Malaysia in general. Actor turned director Hairul Azrin, who this is actually his second film, which is impressive as it is because looking at it, I could imagine this was a seasoned director who has been directing at least 10-15 years. But the fact that this guy has only done, this is literally his second film. It's honestly amazing what he has done with it. It's intelligent, it's funny, it's scary at times, but it's an all-around good film. It's a good film to go out there and just sit and enjoy yourself. And on top of that, the entire cast works so well together. Now, the first film, Ada Hantu, I did feel like the main cast had sort of a little bit of a hard time gelling with each other. There was still a bit of stiffness and whatnot. But the second one, it honestly felt like they've been hanging out for years and they've become the best of friends, and it flows so naturally. The energy is so natural and you have fun with them because they themselves are having fun with this whole project. If there was any film I would relate this film to, I think it would be the 2017 Japanese film One Cut of the Dead, in terms of the style and the route they were going for with this film. If any of you know about One Cut of the Dead, you might understand what I'll be talking about when you watch Ada Hantu 2. Honestly, I went into this film expecting nothing, and I came out fully enjoying what I was given. It really leaned into the stereotype of what a Malaysian horror movie is, and they done it in such a way that even you will question a lot of things, but it will all get explained within the film. Like every single question that you may have will be answered. And again, that's something very rare for a local film. Not to try and bash it, but it's true. So do yourself a favor and catch Ada Hantu 2 when you can. It's now in Malaysian cinemas, and if you want to watch the first Ada Hantu, it is now streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar, so make sure you watch that first. Or you know what? You don't even need to watch that first. If you want to watch Ada Hantu 2 first, go right ahead. I actually did that routine of watching the second one and then watching the first one. And honestly, it made me appreciate it even more. So yeah, go watch Ada Hantu 2. I guarantee you will enjoy it no matter what walks of life you come from. Child, adult, teenager, Malay, Chinese, Indian, whatever you are, you will enjoy this film. And as usual, please make sure you follow all our social media. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's all on the screen at the moment. I also do a bi-monthly podcast, of course, Geeks in Malaysia with Karel M. Baha and Amelia Chen. We do everything and anything to do with pop culture, movies, TVs, games, anything you can think of. We talk about it. We make videos about it. Geeks in Malaysia. And also, I write a few articles for Goggler, the media outlet Goggler, so make sure you check out what I've been written there. Yeah. And with that, I am Nick Dorian. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember, keep watching the movies.